All right, we'll call a meeting to order at 2:00. Anyone here for public comment? We don't. Is there anyone online, Mike?
You have Shannon from staff, but no members of the public.
Okay, then we won't go through roll call. Everyone's here. And we'll move right into the approval of the minutes from June 10th.
I'd like to make a motion to approve those minutes.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second that.
Perfect, thank you. Anyone opposed? Item passes. Moving into the business items. Finance,
Finance,
that would be you.
okay.
Or Susan.
The first item was
Yeah.
the cannabis, revenue and adjusting the cannabis rate. We've listened to this a few times and we had a couple ad hoc committee meetings. Where the majority, I got responses from 3 of the 5 businesses saying that they would like to move to a uniform rate of 2.5% and remove any annual permit fees and just reincorporated that into the total rate. I think it'll be easier for everyone, for sure. Kevin, having to try to
Yeah,
track all of the annual permits.
so the rate covers the, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were able to reduce the rate a little bit, for some and more for, the dispensaries based on incorporating it all and doing less work that way.
I mean, for my part, I think this is way better because I'm always chasing down that annual permit. And it's a lot of money, it's about $6,000, so this way it's just paid throughout the year and it's incorporated into the tax and it's, I don't know, Daniel, if you had any thoughts on it, but I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I appreciate the change. As I think most of you know, we got a 26% increase on the state excise tax starting July 1st, which we'll feel in a couple of 3 months, but this obviously doesn't compensate for it, but it does a lot to offset it. It's appreciated.
26 increase?
Yeah, 15 to 19%. So it's an increase of 26% of what we pay for a state. So now we're paying 19 plus, 4.5, soon to be, or 3.5, soon to be 2.5 plus 10%. It comes out to 32.5%.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah, so we appreciate that. I also appreciate the removal of the annual permit fee. As I think I sent to you, Kevin, there was clarification with regards to the resolution incorporating
We fixed that.
both the removal of that and inspection, so.
Yeah, good catch, thanks for.
Thank you for pointing that out.
And was that 26% passed on to?
Well, so all our prices are all inclusive. So, yeah, some stores you go into and it's like, here's a $20 vape and you go to check out and they say that's $32.50. But yeah, those people really pass it right along. And we did have to, we got hit for 0.25% back in October. We got hit for 0.75% here in April. Now we get another 5%. So, all that adds up. We did have to raise our prices somewhat in order to finally offset that. But yeah, ultimately, as just like with the tariff, we pay for it on the front side, but eventually it gets passed along.
Yeah. Some people take advantage of the tariff
Mhm.
thing. Boy, do they.
Covers all of our,
Covers all
Costs.
of our expenses.
all of our expenses. How much over expense do you think we will have to put towards education?
$5,000.
2 days of work for an SRO.
Yeah. Yeah, and we tried to do it to where it was revenue neutral, so.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to chime in on that, but as you'll recall, the ad hoc, I think I'm speaking for myself, but I think all the can businesses would be willing to support paying in for education. I'm not talking about an SRO, I'm talking about like education for people about not using drugs and whatnot. I know Erin was big about mentioning that, and I think she was gonna follow up on that, but we would certainly be willing to contribute in that regard too. I mean, I had suggested that we go in, but I think she was wiser to say, you don't want the the dealers didn't think it was even much neutral.
And just for the record, it wasn't an ad hoc, it just.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, Susie, it was
I
just
followed
that,
that.
because that the council has to establish those, so it was just a
Informal meeting.
business.
Yeah, we'll never live that one down, will I? All right, great. Well, I'm a big supporter of this. You know, that's what we talked about from the beginning. I love it. Much better idea. So is there anything you need from us before you bring this to council?
No, you'll see it tomorrow night.
And you're still good with it, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm totally good.
I think that to the agenda. Next item on your list is DD.
Okay, so in your packet is a listing of what we've received so far. It's $108, almost $109,000. I do want to point out that quarterly payers, which most people are, they don't have to pay their tax bill until July 31st. So we don't have the majority of what we have is the monthly payers so far. So I'm expecting this to be more but I don't know how much.
I knew it would be wildly inaccurate. I just didn't know why. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
like,
people need to, you need to get a year's worth, and yeah, people are
Well,
already
yeah.
asking me, why is it so low and where the estimates come
I'm
from?
not even going to say a word until we start seeing real numbers further down the line. So
But I will continue to update this in this format that we have now, and so you'll be able to see how it's growing.
Great.
Okay.
awesome. Thank you. Any questions on that?
I had a couple of questions. I guess it doesn't really matter when the money's received. So we, as a business, we pay monthly, we just do a prepayment. So we're talking April 1st, right? So we made our April payment in May. We made prepayment in June, and then, we file a return at the end of the quarter, which accounts for all of it, and we pay it. Essentially, we pay the same, it's almost a third, a third, a third. But what we do in our return is we indicate where our sales are, because we do deliveries. So roughly, 10% of our sales, or actually it's less than that. They're not Cloverdale. We're paying Healdsburg tax, we're paying Santa Rosa tax, we're paying Windsor no tax, or Geyserville no tax, but there's no collection there. And I'm just wondering how that gets factored in and when you see the additional funds are due.
How will we know?
Yeah,
The only way that we will know is by what you report.
Okay.
But, yeah.
yeah, because for instance, so I made 2 payments where I threw money to, without telling who it was for, and then obviously the third payment, I broke down who gets what percentage,
Oh,
et cetera. And like I said, because 80% of our sales are in store and probably another 2/3 of our deliveries are within Cloverdale,
Mhm.
there's just a small portion that the city's not gonna see that 1% on. And I was just wondering how that gets relayed to you that, hey, Cloverdale Wellness paid $100 in taxes, but you guys are only seeing tax on, say, $90. So about 1%.
Yeah, I don't know that we will see that level of detail of what you pay to other districts.
Yeah, I would imagine that there aren't a whole lot of establishments in town that are paying sales tax out of district unless they're doing mail order, et cetera. So that's probably another big problem. I mean, obviously a gas station or something like that, all money.
It's like your wine sales and things like that, people that, that's where a lot of that has added Cloverdale money goes.
But the wine sales, you don't collect on that because.
But I get it.
Yeah, I was just curious, because when I saw those first numbers, I thought, gee, that seems off. I think 125 is the number, 125 a month is what comes out to 1.5, which is the number I think Greg had mentioned. So I just, when I saw these numbers, I thought, that's interesting.
I was too. I wanted to let out here. I don't even want to ask. I'm like, let's just find out because something's wrong or different. So they're so drastic.
Our estimate came from Avenue, which is our sales tax consultant. It wasn't Greg.
Oh, okay.
And we've had Avenue for years, so they really have been tracking our sales tax, so they were very confident in that number, so. I mean, I remember talking to them several times, and they said, we've been watching your numbers for years, so this is what we're saying, so. Let's give it a chance and see where it ends up.
one factor is gas tax, or the price of gas. When it goes down, then of course the sales tax is less. And also, we don't really know what the trend is right now for purchasing cars. Are people still buying cars? Same as in, because that's where the majority of our district tax is gonna come from, is from, the purchase of vehicles.
And when you get a breakdown of sales tax collected in town versus, I'll just call them mail order or out of town sales.
Typically, we know who the vendor is, so
Mhm.
if, you know, if it's Ford of Santa Rosa, we'll know that.
Okay. So that'll fit with.
And you get all the tax from Amazon, right, if we order anything on the app?
So Amazon goes to a county pool, and then we get a percentage of the county pool based on the population.
Okay,
And does that population include just the city limits?
Yes.
Because people who are living out in Nasty, people who live in River Road, they're paying the extra percent. If you live in a 95425, you're paying the extra.
No, I thought that was different. Thought it was changed and they proved that it was just within the city limits.
Mhm. It's supposed to,
Yeah.
just within the
It's
system.
supposed to be just within the city limits.
So we pay Healdsburg, we pay tax to Healdsburg on deliveries to anything in Healdsburg, whether it's in city limits or not.
Mhm.
I've checked with the CDTFA and they basically said, you know, because there's 95425, but then there's all the plus fours.
Right.
And all the out of towners have different ones. I said, can you tell me in Healdsburg, I gave her the plus four, can you tell me if this is a tax district? And she says, no, as long as it's within the Healdsburg 448 or 41, I forget. But as long as it's a 41, everybody within there has to pay. So I'd be curious about that.
Yeah, I'll look into that for you and ask that question the next time we meet. I believe the answer is no. When I used to file for, you know, work for a fuel company, if we were outside the city limits, we did not get it.
Interesting. Yeah, because that also, and that was a concern I had with Alex about how can you tax people that don't get to vote on the proposition?
Right.
And he said, well, that's just the way it is, but maybe that's not the way it is.
So as for this one, I was told it was different, but it's near in the district, like school stuff, you get taxed on if you maybe don't vote for it, but, or use it, but then this one, because David, we had him ask these questions, and it was within your established city limit, but I'd love to know it for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go. All right, next is your grant funding. Oh, wait, are we done? Everybody done that one? Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
See ya.
The grant funding matrix was something that, West Joe's was putting together for us, and it was pretty detailed, and it's probably pretty expensive. We have not asked them to update it, just in an effort to save some money. So I would suggest maybe we take this one off.
Okay.
I mean, it was a nice document. It was just, you know, every grant that came down the pipe was evaluated, put in there. Someone spent time on it. I think we would rather take a more targeted approach to try to figure out which ones, you know, apply to us and not spend money. So that's where I think we should take that off.
Good with that?
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Thank you, guys. All right, the USC training contract. Chief, you want to do this? Chief, that doesn't fine. Something wrong.
Hey, sorry, Chair. Wait, I still have the agenda. Are we not going with item 4, 5, and 6?
Can I just call number 4?
We're on 4.
Oh, you're on.
Operations Center training contract is up right now.
Perfect, sorry. I misheard you. Thank you.
So you were, I think you were at the last one. And so we wanted to expand that training for staff, which is highly needed, and continue that after her, so we had her put a proposal together for our continued training through the year. And include several exercises. What it doesn't say in here is that we're meeting with Healdsburg and Windsor to do a joint exercise, which will encompass this as well, with the county DEM folks. And so this, the proposal that before you is to upgrade our emergency operations plan, which is outdated and very lengthy. So we're gonna shorten that for the each sections, reorganize the EOC center and provide additional training to the staff. Again, EOC training is we just don't do it enough. So you don't do it, you forget about it. And there, you hear about, the fires in LA, about their response and lack of response and all that, and us to be on top of our game will save lives in the end, with notifications and preparedness and all that stuff. And this is just a way to keep staff current, efficient, or proficient in EOC management. So I think it's a win-win.
And they've already done a lot of work for no
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, so the first one was done for no money. I just called her and asked her, she goes, oh, yes, that's right there. Spent her time in doing that. And she's a great person to work with. Very knowledgeable. And she's worked for San Francisco. The Fleet Week, she does the EOC for that, their special events in San Francisco and all that stuff, so.
Is this on the council tomorrow or
Next week?
tomorrow?
Tomorrow night.
Is it on there? Or, I don't remember.
I don't remember if it's on there.
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Do you have any questions or comments on this?
No, it's not.
No, I
It's
think
still-
that's what we have.
She did it. They do a great job together. I mean, you get one, you're getting two for the price of one, and they know their stuff.
Plus, we really have to be prepared.
You have two people from San Francisco that do this for a living,
Yeah.
that are doing it for
And
the
that's.
last
what we-
5 years out of the
yeah.
kindness of their heart.
So they might look at.
Willing to come here, the
Yeah.
whole forward.
So it's really important. Any kind of emergency training you do, yeah.
So I think we're good to go. If it's not on the agenda, we can go on the next one.
Yeah, I know it's not on there because I'm still working on this back and forth.
I think this could probably go on consent, right? I don't see any reason that wouldn't.
There's 20 that came here.
Next one is your city engineer contract with West Yost.
Yeah, so today, amend the budget for the services of Vanessa for the city engineer. Background with this, she gives us a scope every 6 months for services. That way we can kind of do a better job of directing her to the more important positions that we want dealt with, the city and the more important projects. So unfortunately, when we do these every 6 months contracts, twice a year, we'll be doing a budget amendment for the contract, so. It is budgeted fiscally, but we redo every 6 months, so we do have to do an amendment updating that number amount, so. This amount is $175,000 for the 6 months contract. And that'll get us all the way to January of next 2026. By her anticipations, about 52,500 or 30% of her contract is reimbursable from developers. So that leaves a city amount of 122,500 for the city engineer for this 6 months go around,
And that gets us to when, I'm sorry.
January 2026.
So we do have budget for that already, so we won't
Yeah.
need to do a budget. of that.
How much did we budget for it?
We budgeted a total of $345,000.
We're still under
between water.
approximately 100,000.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're quite a bit under.
And Derek and I are really putting our heads together on ways to limit the scope.
Yeah, yeah, we're trying to reach out to all departments, to kind of just reinforce, follow this work chart of near Kevin to dispatch her for projects.
It costs money every time you talk to her. Just
Yeah.
like the attorney, so,
Charge you money still for going to the Russian River watershed?
no, she doesn't charge us.
Oh, because David was paying her for that, he told me. So she was getting paid by that association and by the city.
What she,
Well, no, because she was a representative of that association, so she's not charged.
Oh, because David told me, this is, I'm just quoting, David told me, he said that he was paying her too, he didn't mind her getting paid twice because he thought it was valuable.
no, we're not.
Well, that's not happening.
The other thing is of the budgeted amount, a good portion of that comes from sewer and water. Not to say it's not our money, it's our money for sure.
Right.
We should watch it, but it hits the general fund a lot less. Because it's a lot of the sewer and water.
Right, and then, you know, like you'll see in the resolution of staff report, just the West Joe's having them on staff has got us $5,750,000 in grant money since 2021. So it is a worthwhile endeavor, but we just want to make sure that staff doesn't get too far off course with, you know, because every question comes with a dollar sign attached.
Like every email you can probably run.
Every time you call to meet with them personally
Yeah.
and things, you know.
Yeah, well, when it's like someone says like, hey, we're thinking about doing this, could you, you know, give me some research background on that? That's, you know, a project, a billable project.
Sure.
So,
So they should go through you and Kevin and
Absolutely.
let you guys go through, yes,
yeah,
that makes sense.
We're working on bringing it down.
Awesome.
We're under.
You're under already.
We're going in the right
Yeah.
direction.
yeah, we are. And so you'll see that on council tomorrow night.
I think she's coming, right?
No,
She said she was.
She charges for that?
If she's charging, we don't need anything.
no, she's not gonna be.
Maybe she just sits in the back most of the time. Yeah.
Well, it's hard
You'll let her
because
know.
she's already on staff, so I mean,
Is this on a regular agenda or the consent?
new item agenda.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm prepared to speak on it.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
Maybe we could get the percentage of sewer and water. I don't know if it's possible or not.
Yeah,
In
it's on the
general.
budget.
You know,
Yeah,
what,
it's all right. That's right.
I don't even think you need that to go that far. If you say we budgeted for it already and we're under budget expected. Simple as that. This isn't new money. This is planned on money.
Right.
I mean, doing it every 6 months is a pain and it draws attention to it, but that's also good. So we can check it, make sure we're not going crazy with it and.
Yep.
We're $300,000 under where we used to be when we didn't pay attention.
Well, what like, because it's not just her. She's the standing city engineer, but she has, you know, so many people that work under her.
Right.
Like asking her to do a large project could rack up hours really quickly, so having this, say every 6 months, could really, we can, you know, identify, wow, this project is really soaking up a lot of budget. You know, let's either dial it back or let's figure out why it's taking all this budget out.
As much as a pain, it's nice too.
Yeah, I just have to explain it every 6 months. Budgeted?
All right.
You're under. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
I don't know what department report number 6 is.
It's public works.
Okay.
Report, or finance, I guess, we're still in finance.
I don't know, still signs of it.
Okay,
That's how.
let's see, for cannabis, the revenue by month is included in your packet. There's nothing major that stands out. I do want to bring up that, again, we have that same one business that's 3 months past due. They were 4, they got caught up to 3. They keep promising that they're gonna pay. They do pay, then they drop. Yeah. There's another business that while they're current, they had an audit finding in 2020. The audit finding was for $73,000. And they paid $10,000 toward that and then stopped making any more payments. I did email them last month and said, if I don't hear from them and get a payment plan by August 15th, that legal action will be our next recourse. You know, that's kind of, I mean, we did the audit showed that they owed money that they hadn't reported and
That's not good.
right, and our municipal code doesn't exactly state, I mean, it states if you don't make your tax payment on this certain date, then this will happen. But it doesn't, there's no penalties or anything associated with an audit finding, so. Something we probably wanna look at.
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, we should change that
Mhm.
because. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're under-reporting is bad enough.
Those are the two items that I have.
They're one and the same.
No, two.
Okay, just checking.
Mhm.
One up north, one down south.
Mhm.
Okay, anything else?
That's all for
Any
me.
other questions or comments? Thanks for letting us know on that. Hopefully that pays out, but I'm not crossing my fingers. Let's see here, moving into community development department report.
Yeah, just real quick, you guys should put this in the newsletter, but, Baumgartner is working again, it's kind of full swing, which is good. They did detect some mold from the rain, so they did mitigate the mold at our inspector's, request, so he was satisfied with what they had done to take care of the mold, and they're going full
Was the
swing.
mold inside?
I don't know. I know that they did what he asked, so he was happy with what they did, so that's good. And then probably. We're just waiting for a couple applications. The planning commission did approve the redesign of Alexander Valley Health
Mhm.
Center, so that's gonna have to go to council. And we're gonna have to have a discussion about a few things, before it goes to council. But hopefully that will go through pretty quickly, and probably we're waiting for the car wash application, which I think is already being worked on. That's gonna be exciting, and I think that's it. There's some other things. Can't think of one. That's it.
Okay, moving chief. Personnel updates.
So we have, two trainees in week 4 of the police academy. They're doing well. They were at our National Night Out event. Introduced them to several people. You can't miss one of them. Probably you could miss the other one. He's so short. We have a lateral officer that just cleared background. He should start on the 20th. We're gonna talk about the sergeant reclassification, but, with those two trainees and then one, just clearing background, we'll be at full staff. Nothing else happens. We have one officer out on injury, unexpected return. One out on family leave, he should be back September 6th. That was staffing that or just a staffing up there.
That's right. You can move into your sergeant reclassification.
Okay.
You're ready.
Yeah, so I, before you as a sergeant reclassification, to get a second in command, and that would be, to reclassify one of the sergeants, obviously. As it is, we don't have one. I've been trying to get one for many moons. There are reasons why the current person didn't apply last time. We could talk offline about that, but, and the reason why it's coming to you now was like, I didn't have time to get it to you before. I just had too many things going on, and, so I'm trying to transition so that we can be at full staffing, full command structure, to prepare for next year. I don't know what else to kind of talk about, generalize, but, it's, the position is important, to have a clear second in command, for many reasons. I'll just give you an example. If I go on vacation, I'm getting interrupted on my vacation. It's just the way it is. Having a second in command, I wouldn't be getting called unless if something, major occurred, obviously, but, they can make those decisions. And quite frankly have been. So the the staff report identifies the cost analysis, actually would save us in this currently $30,000. Previously, when we proposed this, it was a $10,000 difference when we looked at the overtime, standby pay and the incentives that the sergeant would get versus the lieutenant. So the cost savings is there. Obviously, they don't get overtime. They don't get callbacks and none of that stuff. They're salaried, if they're a salaried employee. All the costs is laid out there for you. The difference, like I said, is $30,146. Provided by Shannon. They're FSLA exempt. Means they have overtime. Wish I did get overtime. Yeah, if you have any questions. We could talk offline too.
Well,
I'm sure we'll be doing both.
Yeah.
if, do you have several choices for lieutenant or just one?
No, there's only one person that's qualified to do it.
Maybe one question.
Well,
I don't have
I'll let you ask questions.
I don't have an additional position to add. So,
So you're doing internal because of that?
yeah,
How much does the overtime go up for the other two sergeants? Because then they can be on 12 on, 12 off, right?
no, so they split the week. And one will be on one side of the week, one will be on the other.
24-hour shift. How they're doing? How does it work?
No, so the way we did when I was lieutenant, so I would handle Monday through Thursday, and vacations for the sergeants. When the sergeants are working, obviously no one's on call because they're there. And then, if we're not there Friday, Saturday or Sunday, they would be on call for their shift since their shift is 4 to 2. So 2 to 4, if something had occurred, they would get the call. And then they get standby pay for that. If they had to come out, obviously it's overtime, 2-hour callback pay. And then, so Friday would be one sergeant, and they split the shift from Wednesday to Saturday, Sunday to Wednesday. So a sergeant would have two shifts on standby. The other sergeant would have one shift on Sunday standby.
So they're
A
not,
few hours for the
so you don't always have a supervisor on duty.
No, we don't. Never have. We just don't have the hours to do that. Be nice.
It would.
Be nice.
And I thought in your report, you said that you wanted to come back and get a third sergeant after you hired this lieutenant. Was that, did I
No,
forget and
no,
misread it?
yeah. No, I was explaining how the two now retired sergeants kind of held up the two sergeant spots. And so while they were holding those spots for 2 years that I couldn't fill, we hired the one sergeant. And then, once we got those other two cleared, and we hired we tried to recruit for the lieutenant, and we couldn't get that filled.
Seems like we made it this lieutenant spot so that for 2 reasons. One was to make sure we had a chief in line under the other one. And was also because we had sergeants that were out that we created, so we had some type of leadership or supervisors. I'm trying to wrap my head around whether it's necessary to have a lieutenant versus 3 sergeants. Because I was trying to figure out, I know you showed 30,000 cost savings, but I think that, one incident and that's screwed up or something, and then you're gonna have those two guys are splitting more time versus the lieutenant's splitting time, correct?
No, so they would be splitting less time because the lieutenant would be taking the majority of that time during the week. So their on-call time will be reduced for the 2 sergeants. Right now, it's split at 7 days a week. So we're talking about 3 days that we would be splitting on.
I do have some questions up for offline on this one. I'll save them. I'm still not sold. That's why I want to do some more questioning, not just about understanding it more better of why. So, I mean,
Landed, yeah.
and that's it. I just need to understand it more, because at this point I was like, I don't know. Yeah,
So, like, if you retire, does the lieutenant automatically
yes.
become the police chief?
Yeah, what, I'm sorry.
Well, my question was, if he retires, does the lieutenant, whoever becomes lieutenant, automatically become the police chief?
No. But,
So
I'm sorry.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're good, go ahead.
So you're gonna have to recruit outside a chief,
Okay,
regardless of what you do.
okay,
So just understand that, and I look at that as well, and chief come in is gonna want a second in command. Because they're gonna help them through, okay, what's the norm here, what if you do?
yeah, for sure.
We can help them through that.
Yeah.
Um,
Can they bring in their own lieutenant or no?
if there's a spot available, they could, if there's. Assuming there would be. I don't think there would be at the time,
Okay,
sergeant or lieutenant, doesn't matter. There has to be that FTE available to do. To put that, insert that person.
So Susie, this will probably be the question for you then. With holiday and PERS,
Mhm.
let's say we fill a spot with somebody who's very senior. They get the spot and in 6 months they retire, or a year they retire.
Okay.
More costly to us.
And that could happen.
Absolutely can, and so that's
We have to think
bang for the
about.
buck is it $30,000 less, but it costs us, over 5 years, it costs us 50.
Mm,
Cause I'm looking at PERS has a $9,000 difference. And holiday pay has a $3,000 difference.
yeah,
So it's 12,000 a year there. And I don't know how that works. I don't know exact numbers of what it costs us. We put in.
The majority of the PERS is covered by our ad valorem taxes. I don't know, but still, it is.
It's still a cost to the taxpayers.
Exactly,
And so
Yeah.
bang for the buck.
yeah,
That would be a question I would have is, I mean, obviously I can't turn to you and say, hey, how long is this guy gonna stay? So we'll never ask that question, but I need to know, thinking about what it cost us, how long it would take us to lose per year.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't look at, I
I
don't look at it that way.
I know you don't, and I respect that.
Yeah, that's not my,
But I have
I
to
look
look at
at-
what's gonna be best, because we will still have that warm body on the street. And if it's something that we're going to lose quickly, then we need to see how much it's going to cost, and if it's worth it, great, and if it's
I
not.
don't think it's, to be honest, I don't think it's gonna be quick for you. Yeah, I don't think they're going anytime soon, to be honest with you. I know other people are, but
Mhm.
not that individual. They just love to work too much.
I know, right?
I'm sorry.
What do they want to do with themselves?
Yeah, it's just the way, but and we can discuss offline, but, yeah.
That would be a good number, though.
I don't look at it as, okay, you're gonna retire next year, well, let's do your promotion. It's not, that's not what I do at all.
I know you don't, but I just have to look at it through a different lens.
Yeah.
but you never know, I mean.
Well, and he could get hurt tomorrow.
And
I
that
mean,
does.
that's a
we
chance
had
we take.
people get hurt,
Um,
Unfortunately.
When I was promoted, then number one, I didn't want to do it because I lost money. I lost money, because I lost it over time.
right.
But I did it, for my longevity down the road. Then I did not want to be chief. He talked to me for a while, when I first started offer as chief, because I wanted to retire a year ago, whatever it was. And he finally convinced me, so. Again, so I did look at the retirement aspect of it, and then I looked at for the agency as well. Not everybody does that, I'm just saying that's kind of me. Well, can I help the agency? Yes, I can, so. carrying out that. That's just kind of my.
Well, I'm not saying I'm against it, I just want to see the numbers and.
Yeah.
And make sure we're doing the right move before we do
You
it.
guys haven't been closed, right?
And that's what we can justify it to everyone else.
Yeah, if you guys don't agree with that, I will go on. It's not, it's not the end of the world. That's your prerogative, and I know that this is business, is not nothing else.
Exactly, but savings is savings if we can get it, and I'd love to see the numbers broke down a little bit more with that part of that aspect. If it's broke down and shows that it's good for us, do you want this to come to council?
It should definitely.
So that we don't have to bring it
council.
back here again?
Yeah, I think it should go to council.
No,
because
it will,
it's
but
important.
if to make the final decision, it will, but what I mean is like if Susie comes in and says, Todd, it's gonna cost you 50 grand in the next 2 years, then I'd probably be like, I really don't wanna spend 50 grand. But if it shows it's gonna be a good thing for us financially, it's okay, can we just go straight to council and share that?
Sure,
That's,
that sounds fine.
that good with everybody?
Yeah.
Any other questions anybody would have on that? I wanna see you thinking about something.
No, I think it's good. I mean, we could bring it back here.
I have a question.
Unless we're trying not to have to bring for a third, so I don't care how you guys do it, I'm just, now you have the option.
Question. Okay, we recently had a murder suicide with law enforcement.
Yes.
And I have a concern about people that are, living together, working together. I think it's like that, I'm concerned that, is it possible in our police department, we can make it so people that are living together are not working on the same shifts?
I'm not following.
It's probably too small to do that.
Oh,
What they,
Oh, you mean
what they
within
do
our-
is they
Yeah.
already don't have a supervisor, they won't supervise each other.
or even go like on emergency calls together.
You will never have that happen in a small department.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's impossible.
I know, just.
because
even
for
from a
me,
big
it's a
department.
little dangerous.
It is, and a big department is very difficult, and we tried not to back then, so yeah, it's.
So there's really nothing.
I mean, the other agencies have that dynamic.
But ours is too small.
Ours is too small to kind of, it. I think there's a legal aspect to it where you say okay, officer X, you can't work this shift because of, something that's not illegal or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just have to understand that if there's something inappropriate, it's gonna be addressed and don't put yourself in that position.
I just think it's
Yeah.
stressful on the relationship.
Oh, I do too. I just,
Law enforcement's hard enough without adding more stress
Oh,
onto it.
I wish you could control that, it's got this so loud.
yeah, we have several people that are married in the agency and are seeing, it just,
We had an 80% divorce rate for males for first marriage, and 65% divorce rate for second marriage for males, and 100% divorce rate for females in the sheriff's office. when I was there.
Whoa.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And it is so incestuous.
Yeah, because
You would have
Black
3 and 4 partners from your past on the same ship. It is. You can't get away from it. You're spending 60 hours, 80 hours a week.
and it was like a fire waiting to, no surprise,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I just,
Yeah.
I have, addressed those issues on many levels and documented them on many issues, or concerns that I have, always, same concerns with a bunch of different employees, not just two.
Yeah.
Sure. And they all know that something comes up, Mr. Parker's gonna deal with it,
Okay, good.
so.
But I mean,
Yeah,
stuff
that-
can come up in off hours, you know what I mean, from work stress. I don't know.
That too,
Yeah.
and I've had those things come up. Not with the person you're thinking about, but with employees
Yeah.
currently working. I've had to deal with,
Because, looking at this chart right here,
Mhm.
okay, if you make somebody lieutenant and then they're over the detective, well, that's stress.
yeah, well, it removes, if they're one removed from supervising, it's a better.
Yeah.
dynamic there, but-
Okay,
Cause the lieutenant would oversee the sergeants,
Yeah.
and the sergeants would oversee.
Correct.
and the one you're talking about, I was with him on Thursday. there was no signs. So things can happen at the drop of a hat. It's just,
I think I've seen him walking around that Friday Night Live, no?
no,
Oh, okay.
not this time. He worked coast.
Well, that's what I thought, but I have a question. Why do the sheriffs walk around Friday Night Live? And like some nights, there's no policeman there, but there's like 3 sheriffs walking around together.
In our
Sheriff deputies, yeah,
Oh.
which I.
In our town. They're never up there, have they, you know,
Oh, no, yeah, I seen him at Friday Night Live and I'm thinking, oh, wait, this is a police city.
Probably
the- the
on shift.
Yeah, more than welcome.
So they're just walking around.
Yeah, I welcome any.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were scheduled because our people were busy or,
They come up here for lunch and stuff, and,
Okay.
you know.
yeah,
They visit.
okay.
Yeah.
So there was, yeah, okay.
Yeah, perfect, love it.
Lot of them live.
Because I didn't know
Yeah,
they
they
were
all-
working or not working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're walking around together, kind of acting official,
Yeah, a lot of them do
but they're not really working while they're walking around our Friday.
that. It's their uniform.
Their uniform.
Oh, they were in uniform.
It's better working.
Oh, but they're working in our territory.
Yeah, the county,
Okay,
so they can go
okay,
wherever.
I didn't know, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay,
They have jurisdiction just like anybody else.
Mhm.
yeah, I didn't know they had jurisdiction here.
State of California, anymore.
Oh, okay, because I thought, you know, our city's police, and so the police
Yeah.
walk around,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
okay, now I know. That clears that up.
All right, are we good? You guys do what you want with the numbers once you figure them out, Susie.
Yeah.
And you compare where you guys want it to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
And
I'll
if-
work with Shannon, Shannon's really good at
Perfect.
this.
And if anything comes up that seems weird, chief, I'll ask you about it, about the numbers, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you happy over there. So,
I'm happy, either way, I'm good. I will handle it.
animal control contract.
So you're gonna be, reviewing a response to the grand jury report. So he did send me, an updated proposal. I'm holding off until you guys read that. I did visit the facility to look at the issues. I didn't see anything that was. I don't know what to,
The findings were weird to me, but I don't go to the facilities.
Is
yeah.
that the dog thing?
And they mentioned the one person that visited there, that was me before.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't see anything then, I didn't see anything now. And so, but I did, my conversation with Mark, I did, convey your concerns about, accountability for their hours. And so we try to put that in the contract for when they go on a call, when they go off the call, correct that time. So, I'm just waiting on that. Okay, we'll see what, if that changes anything for the council or doesn't for me, but I mean,
I think there were responses to right after the next council meeting, right? Didn't we?
Yes,
determine that?
yeah.
So the response will be on the 27th, and we have to submit it like within 2 days of that.
Great, yep. Perfect. Anything else to report?
So we, Cloverdale put a request not last council meeting, maybe the one before that, for an additional 25,000.
Is it additional or
Is that Clove Friday or Resilient?
Was it in Cloverdale?
we give them, they want 10 additional, or is it?
10 additional, so
So 15 we already committed to.
we committed to 10.
Oh,
So,
they want 15.
Okay.
But so the last time, Councilman Morgenstern, suggested 10,000. So they revamped their proposal to reflect the 10,000, in addition. We already have 10,000,
So it'd be 20 total.
20 total for this year. And so I conveyed her, well, we go into budget negotiations, not negotiations, budget, talks next February. And then, to go beyond this year, she would be to back again in February to continue that. So this would just take us to the end of this fiscal.
Okay.
So, so you wanted to come back, you wanted to go, my understanding, you wanted to go to new business for the next council meeting, not this one, tomorrow, but 27, we can do, and they will be presented. They did a presentation a while ago, a few months ago or whatever.
So it's an additional 10
It's an additional 10. Right, so.
on top of the 10 they already committed.
Correct, yeah.
Well, you're the one that made that little negotiation, so I'd say if she's on board and wants to bring to us these new business, I'm in too, and we can see what happens.
Well, I
See
mean,
Justify it.
I think it's, yeah, for everybody to vote on that.
Yeah, no, but no, like, you've already kind of put out your input and I'll back you on it.
Yeah.
I think that I mean, it's a good program. I
Yeah,
just wanna hear why they need it and let's hear it.
exactly.
All right.
And, yeah,
So we have, other updates, but so, training going on, so we have, our detective finished sexual assault training. Was scheduled for homicide school. We continue with our PSP classes, which is, perishable skills we're required to do every, 2 years. And I know there was concerns about foot patrol, or requests for us to do foot patrol, just to kind of give you an idea, where we're at today from January. So we did conduct, over 115, foot patrols in the plaza. I understand, the request is to expand that to the downtown area corridor. And so I'm looking at doing that, September when we do shift change. And the way we do it is, and so in our RIM system, we can create, kind of a flag to say, hey, do an extra patrol between this time and this time. So the officer goes down and does it and then clears that call. So that's the plan to address that. And of course, it depends on how many we have on duty. So we usually do it after 11 because we the majority of our staff and so it's like between 11 and 6, kind of where we have. With our full staffing, I'm looking at doing the SRO April or May, if everything works out. So there will be, if I'm running, of course, I will be contacting the school. Because once we start that program, I think there's an agreement that we have that they give us 50 grand. I did confirm with them that they are still, because of their issues that have their budgetary constraints. Are they still committed to that? And they said yes. So,
question on that.
yes,
If we use the lieutenant to backfill, could we have more time in the SRO starting sooner? If you had a lieutenant.
Yeah.
And he could backfill a little bit in different spots.
or
Would it
he
free,
will be.
would it free up more time to allow an SRO sooner than April and May? Because we're always delaying this SRO because of non-full staff.
Yeah.
And we added a person and we still can't get the full staff to get this guy over there for years, basically to where we need to be. Trying to find a way to get his butt in a seat over there as soon as possible, because we can brag that we're one of the only place that has an SRO.
And we don't want to turn into San.
I do not want, it keeps getting pushed out, and I really want this to happen. We as a council want it to happen.
Yes. Whatever you wish. But so here's the deal. So,
Scratch my back. Sorry. No, I had an itch. Scratch it.
So the way I think is nothing is impossible. In the realm of that, but I've always been going off of, what was proposed to council before was you get the 10th spot, you got the SRO. Right. In my opinion, it's great that the school helps out with paying for the SRO. This is my opinion. I don't believe they should pay for their SRO. It's a service we're providing to our students and their community. That's my opinion. If they want to continue regrade, I will look at it, and should that occur, what time frame are you talking?
Are you ready for school next week? It starts on Thursday.
Well, funny you should ask. I did ask, I talked to Glenn, I did tell him I was looking at April, May-ish. And he, you know, cause something always happens, right? So he was, well, I see it, I'll believe it when I see it. Which is- But I did ask, you know, Ricky, you know, we've took Ricky numerous trainings on, the safe speed of that. He's wanted to go to some more classes, which we sent him to, but, he's coming, he's holding over Thursday because of the start of school. Glenn had some specific requests, and so I asked Ricky to hold over. That's our guy. So he's gonna hold over Thursday to help the school out. And then I have another officer coming in during the day that the shift wasn't filled, so I asked her to come in and fill it because it's the first day of school. To be visible. So I will look at that.
Thank you.
No problem. And I'll do my best.
Awesome. Love to hear that we can fill out sooner, especially if we had to change the schedule around a little bit on our part as well. Okay. Anything else on that? I'm here.
Kind of disappointing, but so I got a call last week. From the people at the county that do that administer the Homeland Security grant, which I told you last time that we got awarded a grant for the $10,000 we got helmets and body shields from that grant. So I got a call back from them saying, hey, we had a surplus of money. Are you looking at doing any barriers for your Brian and Line? I'm like, how do you know that I'm looking into that? I mean, did you hear me talk about it or something? So no. They lived in Cloverdale, so because I may have some quotes here myself. So anyway, so they had some money. They needed the trigger pulled within a day. I couldn't make it happen. So they had 16,000 that they were put towards it. I couldn't make it happen to get what they needed. So I'm still looking at the mobile. They're called MBVs, mobile barrier vehicle, whatever. Mobile vehicle barriers is what they're called. So I'm still looking into those. You'll probably see those by the end of the year come to here. I gotta get with Public Works to see what works for them, getting them out with you know, with the different types that we have. We need a trailer specific. Some give specific trailers. Some don't. Is it bollards or, you know, whatever it is. The range is from 30,000 to 50,000 is what I'm looking at right now. So that's it.
Thank you, Chief.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it possible that they could go out in the plaza even more? Because I walk by around my blocks and the plaza still isn't really family friendly. You know what I mean? It's not inviting. There's people like sleeping on the lawn. Just like for whatever reason, if I was a mother with a little kid in a stroller, I would not want to go in that plaza and hang out most of the time.
Yeah, we could step it up. People sleeping on
Yeah, but like somebody, you know, laying on the lawn, they're, you know, taking a nap and, you know, like, I don't know. It just seems like every time I go by there, you know, there's another person sleeping on a bench, you know, it's just not inviting for like, you know, a mother with her little toddlers to hang out. It's just, and I know Nina has expressed things about the plaza before too, you know, just uninviting in general.
Yeah.
When that kind of thing's going on there. And I've noticed sometimes like people drinking out of open containers and then like at noon in the plaza, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're I would say we're pretty vigilant on addressing certain things that go on there. And I take it upon myself because I'm like, okay, well, they're laying down. What does the code say? Well, it is a rest area. And it's specific, it says specifically on the sign, it's a rest area for people to lounge. Well, is there a time period, you know, and just things I think about.
Yeah, because
Which would
it has
give
to
us
be
reason to
legal.
contact an individual.
Yeah.
But they could turn around and say, well,
Well,
this is a
if we
restaurant.
do something like this, like the city could buy waters, like little waters. And then if somebody's like sleeping on the lawn or something, the officer could go up and say, hey, how are you doing? Would you like a water? And maybe they won't feel so comfortable just sleeping there all afternoon, you know, because they know an officer's gonna come talk to them. I don't know.
I'm not saying we don't talk to them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not asking you guys to do anything illegal. I just,
We can walk and talk to anybody,
yeah,
but what we do after that is kind of.
because some people just use it as a place to, you know, like drink out of an open container. They don't care, you know, as a place to party or whatever. You know,
When we see those, we address those.
okay.
But yeah, we can do more enforcement of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yep.
Cause I think it would be only a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll move in 12, 13, and 14, there's no reports. So we'll move into the 15, which is city manager's report.
Just human resources, Shannon and I and Darren have started to review the job descriptions.
Okay.
So that'll be before council, at some point. And, that's probably my report for city manager too.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
Derek, do you have anything?
Nothing, just the couple of items on the, council agenda. And, we're working on, once we get farther down the road, the next subcommittee, the infrastructure, we're gonna try to present them with a list of preferred roads to start getting the list out to the public, and then the council will see that for, the DD money.
All right, we're going to future agenda items.
I have nothing.
You have nothing.
Mm.
Because of my district, I'm sure, so I do either. Timeframe on boys, or on lighter property to open?
The seat was done, we're gonna be taking it to council, I think, there's like a 30-day comment period, so I think that's going in early September. And then, it's gonna take him probably about a month to do the work, so we're still shooting for like October,
Okay.
right middle to late October.
And Ag and Open Space Advisory Board, they're hoping at some point they would give us notice to come up here and have a meeting up here and then go for a hike afterwards, because they're all done to see the.
Good job on what you guys are doing on the streets right now, around the schools, all our soft zone was huge, look beautiful, thank you guys. We got those we're going through. Is there any update on the Aston with their parking? Now we haven't, we wanted to talk about the no parking along this roadway on Aston
There
Road.
is no street parking, but we're working on, getting, lights down the front edge of that, development there.
Is it Mars, there's no parking, I can't remember.
And that's, I think that's what it was.
Is that what we wanna do?
Mars, no parking.
We should do that before elections.
The SCTCA grant funding stuff that went through. Where do you have those?
The SCTA, the second two call for projects, so we turned in 3 projects to them. And they're in the review stage, so we won't probably know until end of this year who's getting, well, we turned in 3 projects. Kind of piggyback on the CDBG projects. The Hillsbury Avenue intersection, lighting, pull outs, islands.
I mean, we should put this on the next, cause it's not.
Yeah.
It's not so young.
We did 3 projects, so that's,
Well, it could be under his report.
Yeah, that's, that's true.
so yeah, we did three projects for that, we should hear back from them.
So future agenda items, I would like to have an update on those. Or it can be under the, instead of the grant funding, it can just be on his report.
Yeah.
Just to kind of update us as we go along. 'Cause those are, I know they're, what, 27 plus 2027 out there, way out there on a lot of those.
Yeah.
They get from the CTA, but
And then, I am working on a report for this subcommittee. For, required reporting. Just kind of, this, we had touched on this last year and the year before. We're just kind of re-upping it now that we're seeing, some of these high level projects, really high level projects that are, you know, engineer intensive. And so we're tracking, hours, we have what, 1,651 hours just for water reporting this year.
That's just crazy. And none of that's reimbursable.
It's all required, state required.
It's a full-time position.
Pretty much.
Isn't that finance time too? We should add that a bunch of time.
No, that's only including my public works guys and the city engineer.
Yeah.
And we're looking at $432,652.
That's a future agenda item
Yeah,
you're working on, okay.
yeah. That's only for water report.
I wonder why little cities fail.
Mhm.
Okay, get on the water. Bill.
Well, chief, now that you're at full staff, let's cut 5 of them. Oh, and you're 950, we're cutting it out.
No, we'll just take away your salary because you're working full time.
Oh, gosh. All right, anything else for future, you guys? All right, well, thank you for a good meeting. Lots of good info on this one, so, it's adjourned to 3:06.
This is.